Today's topic is love, a scientific phenomenon. Love can produce similar symptoms in the brain as having cocaine. While it all seems like a matter of the thumping heart, but who really falls in love? Heart or the brain? What people call love is just a chemical reaction that compels animals to breed. It hits hard, Morty, then it slowly fades away. Honestly, things that people do for love are quite remarkable. Love can be scary. When you see someone attractive, your sympathetic nervous system may have a flight or fight response as it releases adrenaline, norepinephrine, and cortisol. This is what makes your heart race, palms sweaty, cheeks red, and mouth with lots of words when in front of your crush. It is also what causes butterflies in the stomach as your vagus nerve runs from your brain to your stomach. According to scientists, falling in love takes just a fifth of a second. Yes, it's that quick. Researchers believe that romantic love can be broken down into three parts: lust, attraction, and attachment. And each of these stages are driven by their own unique blend of chemicals in the brain. So let's talk about having chemistry with someone. First is lust. Stemming from the need to reproduce, lust is what gets us together. The primary chemicals involved in lust are estrogen and testosterone, as an increase in them also causes an increase in the sexual desire. Second point is attraction. The raging hookup culture has made it quite clear that all lust is not love. This is where the factor of attraction comes into play. This is the euphoric stage of love when skies are colorful, every morning your face is stretched in a big fat smile, and you are awake for night thinking about each other. Well, in this modern, technologically developed world, texting or talking to one another is common. Attraction is driven by adrenaline, dopamine, and serotonin, the happy chemicals that are released by exciting experiences. Dopamine is the feel-good chemical, increase in which results in increased motivation to pursue what the brain perceives as a reward. A lover's touch, a photograph, or even just thinking about them can elevate mood. Some people get so addicted to the dopamine surge the brain gets with the new love that they get addicted to keep dating new people. Serotonin is a chemical that, if one gets associated with the thing, can lead to obsession with that thing when the brain registers low levels of the chemical. So, can you tell me, is there any love potion technically? Or we can say that, is there anything that can block these chemicals so that we never get attracted or attached to anyone again? Just joking. Yes. So the next is attachment. After desire and excitement of love comes attachment. The hormones released during this stage are responsible for the growth of couples and long-term relationships. One of the main hormones released during this stage is oxytocin, also known as the cuddle hormone. It plays a crucial role in our lives. It is secreted to strengthen the bond between a mother and a baby. Interestingly, it also gets secreted when we pet dogs. Socially, it helps us to make connections with other people, helps us feel happy, reduce stress, and even triggers our protective instincts. This hormone promotes generosity and trust, decreases fear, and even helps us recover from negative social interactions, for example, bad date. Researchers have found that oxytocin level continues to increase in long-lasting relationships, and this is how the brain controls our being in love. The truth is, we still know very little about the mechanism of love. Do the chemicals create the experience, or does the experience trigger the chemicals? The old age question of cause and effect kind of produces a dead end focus. Thank you.